Hello, Mohit and team. So you're asking about the interview site that I'm working on myself, and I'd like you to understand that, about 4 or 5 months ago, when I realized that you were rebuilding the platform, I really felt that you weren't going to deliver. At that time, I started learning programming to the as much as I possibly could. I use AI, to help educate me through everything that I've had to do. Uh, and I want you to understand that in that time, I've built a few different pieces of technology, and I've been screaming and yelling at all of you, asking, telling you that I'd like to join and help, and that I can help. And you don't listen, you don't work with me, and you just kind of brush it aside, and you're going to do your own thing and build your own platform. So what you're doing isn't what I'm asking for, but so I know that what I have to do, and I have to bring this platform into the world. All right, and that is what I'm going to do, and I will not be stopped from it. And you've made me feel like I have to ensure that that's going to happen. So I started building Interview myself. Um, and the thing is that I started this with actually building Charity Wars, the other platform that I came to your company for. And I built Charity Wars myself, and Charity Wars is launched. It is live, and these are real donations. The platform is kind of dormant. I'm not pushing it just yet. I'm going to push it with Interview at the same time. But you can see the quality and everything. You can take a look at that website. I built that myself. That website took me 2.5 months building it from scratch. I literally started. I never used VSC before. I downloaded VSC and I started learning, and I built Charity Wars. Uh, I then, after Charity Wars, I really gained a lot of confidence in my ability, and I began building the IY Studio. And at this point, the IY Studio, I think, is a pretty significant piece of technology. And I've connected an API, and I have subscriptions and logins, and everything coming with that. I'm working aggressively on that to get that done. It will be done very, very soon, and I'll have a full page for people to subscribe and everything. And I think that people using Deep AR will want to use my editor in that sense. So uh, I think that's pretty amazing. I also have some other amazing technology that I know I'm going to build, which is a call router, an identity protected call router. That I have, and that's going to be here shortly. But on this page, I have put it together, and I've connected. I've hit my subscription limit here, but I do have the HeyGen avatars connected. And I truly mean when I say this, that what I can build today, I think can outdo what you can build. Now, I would love it if you had built the platform for me. And I thought that at this point, when I told you that I was building the editor to match your standards, I did exactly that. And I thought you would have the platform done by now. And it's clear that you don't, that you haven't done anything. And that's why I began putting together pages to ensure that this gets done. But at this point in my development and what I've learned, I truly believe that I can do a better job than you could do. And I don't mean to insult you at all about that. I just believe that the whole industry, that your entire industry, isn't aware of a new way of programming. There's a new way, and you're not listening. But I can do it, and I can build amazing technology. And Charity Wars is that example, the IY Studio, and I'm just getting started. I can do more and more. But I believe full well that I can build Interview. I can do the front end and back end, no problem at all. And I've proven that I can do that. But I do have still some problems. And that is, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, first of all. Make that clear. I only know exactly what I have to do, and I'm going to do it. But I really don't understand programming all that well. I do rely a lot on AI to educate me and help me through the stuff. And so as far as the programming goes, I've got that down, front end and back end. But I still don't, I understand that when I can make things work on my computer, that's different than making them work, when they're uploaded, and there's folder structures and different things that are required. And that's the stuff that I don't fully understand. And that's where I struggle. Also, things like Amazon AWS and electric Beanstalk and Route 53 or whatever, and all these databases. That's the area where I am really. It's not that I can't learn. It's that I have, there's a lot I have to learn. So I have to pick and choose what I can do, and I choose to focus on the development of the software. But I have a hard time with that, so that's where I need help. So if you really want to help me, you can either build out the platform you're building and deliver it, and it is what it is. If it's not as good as what I build, I'll pretty much just not even use it and just move forward. But if you really want to help me, then I believe I can build the entire platform myself. I don't need any of your assistance. I can build the front end and the back end. But what I can't do is, like I said, I can connect with you. I do use GitHub, and I am on GitHub, and that's the only way I'll work with anybody going forward is GitHub, so that files are protected, and I have my files, and I can see what's going on. But if you wanted to connect on GitHub, I'm happy you can do that. You can see the files and see the work I do and the progress I make. And then when I need help, like it would just be like the file structure. It's changing my folders and stuff around so that it uploads properly, and then uploading it onto AWS. That, and then the next thing would be, obviously we have an app coming for the apps, the Google App Store and the Apple App Store, and I have no experience with that either. So those would be the things you could help me with. So I am fine with, if you want me to develop the platform, and I think that's probably best at this point, because I am very confident that I'm well equipped to do all of this stuff, and to take it right to the end. But that would be the area that if you wanted to help, that's where you could help. And I think that's it. And to give you an update on that, and it is what it is. And what I care about is that Inner You is brought into this world. And I do believe that many of you have truly cared. And I do believe you've given your best effort, and I appreciate that. And the journey is whatever it is, and I accept that. And what I know is I am grateful for my abilities that I have today and what I can achieve, and I know that this is going to happen, and it's going to happen with the quality that the people who I care about deserve. So thank you very much, and I hope you all have a good day.